Hey guys, my name is Michaela, aka OK Game. If you're new, welcome to another video on my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. What's up, girl? Today's video, as you may or may not know, is a collab with Sonny Daniel here on YouTube. We did a little mini collection of CC swap videos. So the first one we did was a create a sim. I created a sim with his custom content and he created a sim with mine. I'm honestly just super excited and ready to get into this build because, as you may know, your girl is not a builder, but I think I snapped on this one because it just looks so good. I did take a lot of real life inspiration for this build. I'm obsessed with tiny homes. Actually, I want to move into one pretty soon here. Manifesting it, okay? For real, I love tiny homes, and this build was it's a tiny home, but it's not considered a tiny home in The Sims, I don't think, unless you want to change that lot trait. I really don't know if this house will be classified as a tiny home in The Sims, but we can count the tiles and see. So for this home, I was actually really inspired by Minimaliste or Minimalist Tiny Homes, a Canadian or a Quebec-based brand. I don't know if they're Canadian or if they're French. Like, I think they're both. You can really customize it and make it unique to you, each one of their floor plans, and I just love what they step for. It's like very luxurious and high-end. It's just a beautiful home. So this build was inspired by those tiny homes. The model that I was actually taking inspiration for this build was the Charm. I was looking at the Magnolia at first, but something about it was just not working out with The Sims. You know how it's very particular with how you can create lofts and things like that in The Sims. I first tried to like do the original platform at first and it just didn't work out, so I just actually made a 2-story home and, you know, kind of gave it the illusion that it was a loft. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. This video is gonna be a doozy, okay, because I'm not gonna have too many cuts. It's just gonna be me talking about the build. So I hope you guys like this style of like speed build. I don't know, I love to do like personable builds and stuff like that, but when I look over my footage, I see that I'm moving around the camera a lot, and I don't know what my idea is off the bat when I'm doing this. I'm kind of like going with the flow, so when I film like in the moment while I'm doing it, it just doesn't come out as good. I think I don't know, don't quote me on that, okay? That might not even be a thing, but it just feels like I do better when I think later, or when I'm not like talking and trying to think through while I'm doing it. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. But right now I'm picking out the door, and I loved this door at first. I just felt like, I don't know, it was a little too plain. I wanted to add that wood back into it. And earlier you probably saw that I added I tried this different wood paneling that he had. Sonny had like really nice CC. Like the windows, I really dig these windows, but I just couldn't find the right wood swatch to where it didn't look like a pattern from afar. Whenever I zoomed out, it was just kind of like I could tell that it was a repeating pattern, and I really didn't like that. So I used the wooden, I think this is from not Growing Together, that's the one that just came out, Get Together, but don't quote me on that. I really don't remember what pack the panels came from. You might be able to see it a little bit later in the video, but I also changed the orientation of the house, if that's what it's called, but I moved it to the front because I didn't know if it would fit on the lot at first, so I just kind of built it sideways, but then I turned it back to the front so it looked like a full house. Until you turn to the side, then it's like, oh, it's a tiny home. But I honestly wanted to put this house up to like give it a little bit of a stairway, a deck, and some wheels to really give it that like mobile tiny home look, but I decided not to do the wheels and stuff like that because, like I said, I might like claim myself to be little Bob the Builder in real life, but on The Sims I cannot, like, I mean I can, but I need to gain those skills. I don't have those skills as of now. I don't watch building videos. I don't know all the little tips and tricks when it comes to like making it look realistic for real, you know? So yeah, I kind of dropped the ball on that one a little bit, y'all. I'm sorry. Also, I hope that the camera isn't lagging because this is my first time making this type of video. So if it's lagging, I'm really sorry about that, but I wanted it to be like personable and whatnot. Also with this build, I did paneling for the first time on the inside, like wooden paneling instead of a wall color, because those custom wall paintings, or not paintings, what is it called, the paints swatches that Sonny downloaded were really nice and smooth, and they were definitely on my alley. But when it comes to these style tiny homes, I feel like when you have wooden paneling, it really sells the tiny home feel, or the aesthetic of it being like a wooden little home that is not like, you know what I mean? Like there's no drywall and stuff like that, and it's not a long overdue process. It's very like quick, built up, and you see that it's inspired by the what are those called? The tank or the container homes? Tank. Oh my god, what? The container homes. I was about to say that shit again. What the you know what I'm trying to say. Those I feel like is what gives that feel of like, oh, this was converted like a school bus, or you know, those type of builds. But like I said, I don't know how to do all that, so I kept it pretty simple. It looks like a home, but it's small. So I really enjoyed these windows that he had. I'm about to go download them myself because I'm like, these windows are definitely something I need, how small they are. And here's me going in to change the door frame because I felt like we needed something that matched the windows with the thinner frame a little bit better. So I'm sorry I'm messing with my hair a lot. I don't know. It's because I don't have a retwist, so it's kind of like some areas it's loose, some areas it's tight. So I'm just trying to like, you know, when you tighten your ponytail or whatever, and it's like, okay, I can feel that it's tight on both sides. That's what I was doing. Anyway, back to the build. I'm trying to add the stairs in, and with the original build, the stairs kind of curved inwards, and there was like a little bedroom right above or right underneath the loft that I'm building right now. So yeah, like I'm adding the curve in, but I really didn't know how this was gonna work with this build. Like I've never done this before by myself. I've renovated homes where they built like this before, but I've never like built one on my own. So this was not a challenge, but this was like new for me. I guess you could call it a challenge if you really want to go that far, but yeah, it was not like simple. I can't say that. It was like I had to really think about how I wanted this to look and feel when you're inside of it. So I really love how it turned out though. I did narrow it down a little bit because I noticed there was a lot more space on the inside than I would have planned for, just because it's a tiny home, you know. It has to feel a little bit more compact, even though we want space for the Sims to be able to like actually move and do things, but I also want it to feel like a tiny home. So that's me going in and adding the roof and everything to make it like closed off and fix the walls and stuff like that, because it was a little tricky trying to get the wall on the second floor. You know how it is in The Sims when you have to put a wall on top of a wall. It's like it doesn't want to go on top of the wall, if you get what I mean. It doesn't work. So figured that out completely, and now I'm trying to figure out what color I want the stairs to be for the wood, because it's a little bit funny to me having wood floors and then having wooden stairs that don't match the floors, you know, like who does, I don't know, let me not because that might be a popular thing that I just don't know about in interior designing, but not I, okay? I'm not that type of person. I like my wood to match, but for this I did something different. And I'm also sorry if I smack my lips a lot. That's just how I talk, okay? So it's taking a lot for me to like hold that back. I know some people are really annoyed when people smack their lips and like that, so I'm really trying. So, and also I have a lot of filler words, so oh my god, I said that like 5 times. Anyway, let's just not. Yeah, I say so in anyways like so often, and like, oh my god, comment in the comments if this is you. I have too many filler words. I need to fix myself. I almost said anyways. I said it anyway. Oh my god. Look, we're going to the bathroom. The next room, or the loft on the other side of the stairs. I was building the loft. I'm really gonna try in this video to be better with my filler words. I added a plant. I'm trying not to say and we're going in with some windows. I really love the square windows. It's just something about it that, I don't know, it just helped. Okay, it helped add some light into there. Yeah, I said, this is hard. Okay, you guys. This is really freaking hard. Now I'm going in with the stairs just so that I can get the windows on the wall right, because I knew I had to add stairs. I just didn't know how far they were gonna go. So here I am trying to like push the stairs back a little bit. Honestly, I could have went with a painted wall instead of the wooden panels if I really wanted to, but I think you'll understand a little bit later why I didn't. Also, it just matched the aesthetic of the actual build I was going off of, like the real life tiny home that I was looking at to reference. That's why I did this. Oh, here I'm adding the sliding doors, which is another one of my favorite parts, because I just love how I love like modular furniture, and I love just the ways that people are innovative with the space and how you can make things bigger. Like those tables that flip up and flip down just to save space in the build. I love them. Okay, those are some of the best. I don't know why I'm not moving right here. I need to cut that out. I also really did go in while I was building and play test this lot to make sure that everything was going to work out, because I was not trying to have so much fun and like be so deep into this build and not have the sim function in it. So had to make sure everything was working out just for, you know, playing purposes. I don't know why I'm not moving. I'm gonna have to like fix this part of the video. So when I was adding the counters, it was really interesting because I wanted to go with a lighter granite top counter, like a bright color, something that would add a pop of color into this build. But I noticed really quickly that Sonny doesn't have that many colorful cabinets. Like it's very neutral black and white theme with the kitchen, which is perfectly fine by me because I love a modern minimalist vibe or look. Like neutrals is my shit, okay? I love me some neutral colors and earthy tones, but I really needed a pop of color in here, like for the kitchen or something. You can see me adding some like blue, and I had some light gray cabinets at one point because I really tried to just, I don't know, break up the ground and the floor. Not break it up because it's already high contrast. Like the I said the ground and the floor, first of all. The wall and the floor. The wall is white and the floors are dark wood. I don't know why I felt like the gray was just gonna help because it was white countertops and gray cabinets. It was not working. It was a little too bright in the kitchen, so I just ended up searching for something that would add a pop of color, but it didn't work out. So I ended up settling for I believe it was like a dark wood or black, I can't remember. It was like, it actually kind of matched the floor, which is probably a good or bad thing depending on if you like that type of vibe. But honestly, I probably should have like done something that was a different color, but I couldn't find anything. Like that would have been, that gray right there is probably what I should have went with, but like the ones I just deleted. But I went with this dark blackish color. I don't know what it looks like without my reshade on. I didn't even think about my reshade with this build, to be honest. I just went in. I wasn't thinking about it until I saved this house, and I was like, damn, these colors might not be the what I wanted when I first built this, but it's all good. I mean, as long as it looks good in my game, that's all I really care about, to be honest. That's really f***ed up, but hey, I'm sure all of you guys have reshade. If you don't, I'm really sorry, but I'm sure it'll look good without it too. And if not, just change the swatch. Like, it's not a big deal. I always go in and like, switch up my builds when I'm not feeling it, if I just download one from the gallery. So, I don't think it'll take too much for them to just go in and little like tweaks here and there. So here I'm going in and adding the fridge and trying to like match the cabinets with the fridge. I really love this set that he has. It's not supposed to go together. Like these cabinets and this fridge don't go together, I don't think, but it worked okay. It was okay for me. Then I'm adding this furniture. I feel like this little bench was like the perfect addition. I really do wish that the wood was a different color, but it's not. It only comes with a few swatches. And here's my sim sleeping on the bench because, like I said, I had to play test everything, make sure things were moving smoothly. Here I'm adding the lights and trying to find a good light for the hood of the stove. Is that what it's called? The stove light or the microwave light? I don't know what it's called, honestly. It's not the oven, so that's all I know. I need to, I don't know. I need to brush my eyebrows out because my eyebrows fall every 5 seconds. Like I can't just win. No brow gel helps me out. Like my eyebrows just keep falling. I need a lamination like ASAP. Anyway, I'm going in with the cabinets on the other side. They're not cabinets if they're at the top, are they? Do people call them cupboards? I don't think so. Here I'm going to add the cabinets and the open shelving. It's a little bit off now that I'm looking at it, but girl, I don't think anybody cares. I don't think anybody cares. Besides me. Unless you're like nitpicky like I am, I don't think it'll matter. Here I'm adding the lights under the stove. I'm trying to find something that's subtle but also just bright enough to like just leave that on and nothing else. Do you guys like when, you know, there's like a really luxurious looking kitchen and it's nighttime and they have like the cabinet lights under the, yeah, that's so nice. To me, that's like the best kitchen you can have. Add some freaking cabinet lights, the under cabinet lights, and your kitchen instantly just up leveled everybody else's. So I do that in almost every single build, if not every single build. I'm adding some cabinet lights in there. And I had the idea to make the upstairs a bedroom, the little loft upstairs on the other side, but I decided in the end I'm gonna just make that the entertainment room upstairs, and on the other side we're gonna have the bathroom. That's what I'm changing right now. It was a little big, like just a smidge, a little bit too big. So I may have to minimize it a bit, and that gave us some more space in the kitchen. So it was a win-win. But honestly, I think now looking back, oh yeah, so I added the washer and dryer because I noticed like, oh, we're missing the washer and dryer. We did need that extra space. And then I was left with that on the other side with the stairs, and I really didn't know what to do with this space in between the stairs and the cabinets, like the counter. So I think I ended up, I cannot remember. Oh, I ended up putting cabinets there, but it kind of matches like the fridge side, just like a long little, it would act as like a pantry, but it's not functional in The Sims. So it's just purely for the aesthetic. So here I'm adding a stove, and I added the little stove top thing because I think that it just gives tiny home a little bit more than if I were to add a full-on stove and an oven, like complete thing. I had to add the stove top. Like this was my point to use the custom content that he had in game, and I'm so grateful that he had that because I have that too in my game, and I was just so happy to see it there. I was like, damn, okay, let me use this. I love the beds that he had. I love the plants. Like Sonny has a lot of good CC. Unfortunately, it was just kind of hard for me to incorporate a lot of them in this build because it's a tiny home. I know I probably should have used a lot more of his CC, but I did get to look at a lot of it, and I got to like play around with it, which made it feel like I was in his freaking game still, you know. I'm like, okay, it was cool. I did like look at the fencing and everything like that, but it wasn't really fitting the vibe. Like I almost was this close to using the grocery store fence, but just because it just gave that industrial feel, but I went with this one instead just because it had white in it. Don't ask me, okay? I really could have went with the one that he had. but I really did love all of the TV selection. Like, he had some good CC, you guys. I would have kept the whole folder if it didn't make my whole computer just lag and act like a grandpa. But I am going to be keeping a lot of it because I did, or not keeping a lot, but you know, I'm going to use a lot of it. I don't know if I'm going to keep it from his game. I'm probably going to go re-download it, but just to like give the other creators their coin. I don't want to skip out on anybody, you know? I'm not trying to like, you know, block anybody's bag or anything. I just want to play with the CC, all right? So I'm looking through his couches right now trying to find one, and I think I was gonna replace this bench, but I decided not to because I don't know. Oh my god, y'all are probably so tired of seeing me play with my hair. My bad. Oh, I found this really cute bohemian chair, or it's not a chair, I think it's a couch, but it was just not working with any of the, what are they called, coffee tables that I chose. I was looking, girl, I was searching for a good coffee table to use with this, but I just, like, this didn't feel good to me because, I don't know, maybe it's the shapes of it and the spacing in this room. It was just not working. All of the circular ones weren't working, the squares weren't working, the rectangulars weren't working, like none of them were. So I had to switch out the sofa, unfortunately. I wanted to put this one just because it fit the vibe a little bit more, the modern thing, but I don't know, it just didn't feel right because I couldn't put the plant there, so I just put it back. You see what I'm saying? If I were to like go through this whole entire build with you guys, you would be sitting here for a while listening to me talking about I don't know, and spinning the camera around, and like, you know, I'm very indecisive, okay? I'm not just saying that, I'm a fucking Gemini. I'm the most indecisive sign out there. So you don't want to see me go spinning in circles trying to do something like this. You would get very annoyed very quickly. So I just spared you all 3 hours. You can thank me later. I'm just kidding. Anyway, back to this build because that's what we're here for. I keep going sidetracked. I don't know if you guys mind that, or I'm literally just here talking to y'all about this build. So I really loved the console tables he had. Phenomenal taste. And not just for the creative sim. I'm talking about for the builds, for all of the CC. Sonny has some really good taste. Okay, if you're watching this, you already know. You got some damn good taste. Like, you don't need me to tell you. So I loved all of the selections and I had a blast making this house. And I'm really upset that I didn't use more of his CC, but I feel like I used a little bit, and I don't know, I got to see a lot of what he had. This is a tiny build, so I didn't get to use a lot of stuff anyway, but I don't know, it's just really fun because it's nothing that I would normally do. I don't normally build an entire home, and I just love the way this turned out because of my inspiration as well. Like, I'm obsessed with the tiny homes, and this isn't just any tiny home, it's a luxury tiny home. So the feel was very organic and just a good vibe, if you feel me. Like, anyway, we're into the loft. We got into the, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it a study loft because it's kind of where she can like sit down and read if she wants to, do some homework or whatever. I really should have added a bookcase over here. I wasn't thinking about it. All right, I decorated it, but I didn't add a bookcase. Maybe I'll go back and add like a little thing for books, but I think I added one downstairs, so she can read downstairs if she wants. She can go upstairs and read a book if she wants to read up there, or if she just wants to have friends over while she's like working on her computer. She can have them sit on the couch while she's working. That type of vibe. Okay, I was looking for a chair for ages because I couldn't figure out the color scheme that I wanted. I was really indecisive when it came to that loft, but I think I came to a conclusion when I saw that brown. I was like, okay, these colors are not bad. I like the neutral vibe, the neutral brown aesthetic is like, I can deal with that. I added this white console because I felt like it fit a little bit better than the long one. I know it's shorter than the TV, but do we really care? No, I mean, I did, so I added some plants later. to like balance it out a little bit, but honestly I didn't think that it was an issue at the time, and I don't think it's one now, to be honest. I might have changed it, to be honest. I don't really remember. It's been maybe a few days, so my memory is a little bit. Oh, so I added this rug because I saw that he had Finn and Jake in his freaking inventory, and I was like, hold on now. I love Adventure Time. If you watch Adventure Time, comment down below. I love Adventure Time. I love Toby Lou. I love that vibe, okay? That's me. If you know who Toby Lou is, we can f with each other because that's my guy, like, you know? Anyway, I had to add that, of course. So I added it in the little loft, the study loft, just because I felt like it was the perfect pop of color that this place needed. The blue and the orange, it really just kind of tied in the neutral tones for me. It wasn't too much. For some reason, it didn't feel like too much, just because it gave that personality as well. So there's me adding the rug, and I added a plant in the corner just to like kind of balance it a little bit. On this side, I'm adding a chair, and not a chair, what is it called? Oh my god, no puedo hablar. What's it called? The bin, the trash can. The trash can I added for her desk, so if she's like balling up paper or whatever, she can just throw it in the trash over there. And I bounce around a lot when I build. I don't know if y'all notice, but I get bored easily, so I'll go from the kitchen to the bedroom to the bathroom to upstairs like within the span of 10 minutes. So that's also, I feel like maybe it'll be cool watching me on stream, but to have a video that's just like me building for I don't know how long with no like real end date, or like, I mean, for this I had a deadline, you know. With other builds I don't really have deadlines, so I'll be building for ages if I let myself. So I feel like if y'all want to see that, let me know. If you do, let me know, because I have to know. Like this video if you like this style of video, but also let me know in the comments if you want me to do a long, drawn out, like in-depth, what I'm thinking when I'm building videos, when I do these, or if you just don't mind a speed build and me talking over it and going over what I'm doing in the moment with you, because I kind of prefer that. If I'm going to be putting my all in this build, I don't want to have to think about, you know, production in the moment, if that makes sense. I can kind of just like let go and build and let my mind do whatever when I'm not recording myself while I'm building. So yeah, just let me know what you prefer in the comments. So I'm adding a plant on a little table because I just felt like it needed some elevation, but I decided not to. And I just went with the little snake plant, and there is me adding the plants on the side of the console. What? Okay, what did I just say? I hope I said that right. Anyway, I'm also adding some little decoration plants on the desk because I feel like that just makes everything pull together. I moved the candle downstairs with the other one because I felt like they needed to be together. Why did I separate them in the first place? I don't know. Here's me adding a little like plant over by the window on the kitchen counter. And so what else do I do next? Oh, I added the shoe rack because I love for my Sims to be able to take off their shoes when they get in the house. I have that mod where it's like they actually do the animation where they take off their shoes, like they take off one shoe, they take off the other shoe. It's not just a little spin, twirly little like tornado around them and then their shoes change. No, we're getting the realistic shit, okay? Anyway, here I am adding the books that I was talking about earlier because I needed her to have a little shelf that she could choose from. And I found these like really cute signs, and I was just like, aw, I really wanted to incorporate them, but I couldn't find anywhere to put them. I actually changed where that thermostat is by that sliding door. I changed that a little bit later. I deleted it because I'm like, I already have an air vent above the bench. I don't need a thermostat either. And also I couldn't have anything next to the sliding door because the door, like I said, it slides. So if there's anything on the wall next to it, it's most likely gonna fall off. If it's not like a wide enough clearance between the wall and the door, you know. So I'm just assuming it's not because it's The Sims and I don't want my shit to disappear when I start playing the game. So I just didn't put anything right there. And I found this cute little like bread loaf of bread like thing, so I'm cluttering up the shelves because I feel like that just makes the build as well, like adding clutter. I'm starting to finally understand the concept of clutter. Before, I felt no need for it. I'm a very minimalistic person. I felt like it was just too much, and I would often delete clutter in the house if I saw it. Like, I just didn't like it visually. It was an eyesore. But now I get the idea because it looks more lived in. Obviously, it's just like what our normal house looks like. But personally, I like for my house to look very clean, minimal clutter. Like, I don't want things everywhere. You know, like you can probably already see in the background a little bit. I don't have much going on, you know, like on the counters and stuff like that. I don't have a lot going on. I really just like for everything to look clear, because then my mind is at ease. Like, my mind is at rest. They say that your physical realm and like how your house looks is a mind, oh my god, I can't talk, but it's how your mind is essentially looking. Like, how your house looks is a representation of what your mind is looking like, if that makes sense. You know, like if you have a cluttered house, most likely you have a cluttered mind, and you know, you have a lot of thoughts just like flying everywhere in your head, and there's nothing, like not that much structure, whatever, most of the time. I'm not saying everybody's like that, obviously, but sometimes I feel that, like when my house is cluttered and has a lot of shit everywhere, I feel like my mind is cluttered and I can't get anything done. It really does hinder me. So yeah, here I am lifting up the house and adding some stairs because I felt like it was so necessary. And I often not often, I afterwards changed these planters because I didn't like how they were standing up, to be honest. I liked it at first, but then when I moved the house up, it just kind of looked funny. It wasn't tall enough, so I got rid of them, and I added something else there. You have to see, wait until later. But here I am in the kitchen again, just moving stuff around. Like I said, I bounce around. I have to for my sanity. And here's me adding the little pantry idea that I was talking about earlier too. And I added paintings right there. I forgot. I was like, what did I do with that little space? So I filled it with some cabinets and I added some paintings. You see, maybe I think like a builder sometimes, but you know, a lot of times my mind be failing me. So not all the time am I gonna come up with some shit like that. I'm just glad that today I did. So here I am adding the roof because we didn't have a roof before. It was just literally a floor, and it just looked funny. So I added the roof, I pulled it in a little bit, pulled the lips in. And here I am adding the bushes outside because I felt like it did need landscaping. I'm not your girl when it comes to exterior, okay? I'ma just keep it a buck, keep it 100, as Sonny was saying. 50,000. I don't know how he says it, but I had to keep it 150, a buck 50 with you. I just couldn't when it came to like the exterior. I tried. Y'all saw me add the grass. It just wasn't vibing. Like, I couldn't get with it, so I got rid of it. Like, if you can't get with it, get rid of it. So I changed it, all right, and I added some lights because that's all I know how to do. when it comes to the exterior, drop the bar into the floor because I don't know what you expected. No, I'm not your girl when it comes to exterior, okay? I can pop off on the interior sometimes, but that exterior, it needs a little work. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, it just doesn't look finished, but I knew that when I did it. I was like, this'll do. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what to do outside. It's not me. I wanted to add like a little row of bushes coming up to the door, but then I felt like it was weird if the patio or the little pathway was blocked off, because I'm like, is it normally blocked off? Like, do people have grass coming into the gravel, or do they have planters in the middle of the grass and the gravel? I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to landscaping. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. For the building girlies that are about to come after me, I'm sorry I let you down when it came to the landscaping. Because you know how they say business in the front, party in the back? Yeah, business in the front, ain't shit in the back. Okay, don't even look at the back because she's bald-headed over there. She's bald back there. Anyway, I'm finally done with this build. I want to get into the game and show you guys what I created up close and personal. Go through the build with you guys. I am so excited to show you guys the finished product of this house. Are y'all ready for this? I don't know if y'all are ready, because this house is actually like one of my best. And you know, if you watch Sonny, you already know he says that shit like almost every time he builds a house. Every time I build a house, I feel like it's better than the last one I built, and it's valid, you know? Like, if this house is better than the ones that I've previously built, who says it's wrong for me to say that this is the best house I've built every fucking time I build a house? Like, it's always gonna top the next one. Look, I feel him when he says that now. So something that I forgot to mention completely is that this house was designed for the sim that I made in the previous CC swap video that we did. So I'm gonna show you guys what the build looks like when you hop in the game. I am like, eek, I can't believe this is my build. Okay, so first we have our mailbox here. You know, you got to see all of that. Didn't realize that the gravel was underneath those plants, but like I said, not an interior or exterior girl. So here's what it looks like when you first walk in. I've got some floating lights, you know, the deal. Some lights up there, but we had to have some lights downstairs too, so those are floating in the air. I don't know how I feel about that. Here's this side of the doorway. This is what it's looking like. It's very spacious in here. I love how open it is, like the floor plan and everything. This is what it's looking like. Okay, this is what we got to our right. We got the stairs that go upstairs, and yeah, the kitchen. Got some Tom Ford books over here. This is what the cabinetry is looking like. Oh, you know, we have our bread and our cookies stash and whatnot. There's the flying saucer in the middle of the freaking room. Our little wine cups and stuff. I didn't put that many clutter items, as you can see. It's kind of empty looking still, but that's just because I didn't want it to be too crazy, like I said. So here's the bedroom. There's no lights on in here right now. That plant is actually hanging kind of low now that I'm looking at it inside the build, but I think it'll be okay. It should be okay. I kind of want to put like a little litter robot back there or something. There's nothing on the other nightstand because she sleeps on this side. Her alarm clock over there. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I meant to put that lamp on this nightstand over here, but I don't think it looks bad over there, honestly. I didn't do the best that I could have on this build now that I'm looking at it. It's cute and all, but yeah. Anyway, let's go upstairs, because I feel like this is like the better part of the house. So we've got our little stairway up here. We are greeted with this beautiful huge painting, and we have a speaker, a plant, and here's the little area. What's it called? Console area. This is like her gaming station, if you will. This is where she's got her games and everything. She's actually playing right now. What the f? Don't know what's going on out here, but I got a little ashtray on freaking. I don't have anything on the coffee table. What? I can't speak. Hold on, you guys. What? Coffee table. I don't have anything on the coffee table. I don't know why. I just felt like, you know, it just feels more clean. I didn't want to clutter it up too much in here, so yeah. Going back downstairs, I'm going in the bathroom because I want to show you guys what the bathroom looks like before we go upstairs to the other loft. Then we have our little like laundry station over here. This is the bathroom. We've got yeah, this is what we've got. I don't really know what to say. Like, there's a little bit of clutter in here just to make it look a little bit more realistic. We've got some like toilet paper and stuff, some tampons and stuff, and makeup, toothbrush. I really liked the clutter items that he had. I used this little base game towel holder rack, whatever you call it, because I don't know why, honestly. I really loved this toilet roll that he had and this toilet, so I used it. Obviously, they're great. All right. So this is what it's looking like with the lights on in here, very bright, and I don't know, it's pretty simple. It's a tiny bathroom, so I didn't want to be, you know, cluttering it up too much in here. So that's what the bathroom is looking like, you guys. Pretty standard. Now we're gonna go upstairs into the loft area up on the other side of the house. There's like this little plant over here in the corner, and we've got some big paintings up here. I don't know. I was just trying to decorate it up here because I didn't know what to put. Honestly, I think that there could have been something else above the couch that was a little bit longer, a little bit more shapely. And I'm looking at it now and I think it's off center. But anyway, here's her. This is like clipping like a motherfucker. Alright, here's her desk area. I added some like realistic CC clutter because he had these little glasses, and like I just love the CC clutter he had. Okay, this looks good, that's all I can say. These books that he had over there, the Fashion Week 33, it's just so cute. Like this is probably my favorite area in the house. I'm not even gonna lie, this little nook is probably my favorite, if not the kitchen, because this kitchen, I want to be in here all the damn time. Like, I want to be in this kitchen. I want to be a sim, and I want to use this kitchen. But yeah, that's the build, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's nighttime now. If you did, leave me a huge like on this video. Comment down below any new ideas for content you want to see. Any new video ideas, hit me up. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you stayed tuned all the way to the end, leave me a purple heart emoji in the comments. But yeah, you guys, I love you. I'll see you in my next video. Oh, I also put a bike outside if you didn't catch that. A little like, you know, Easter egg, I guess. But yeah, I love you to pieces, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.